In today's video, I'm going to teach you some really quick ways you can create your own tour of your business place and then how to film and edit it using just your iPhone. My name is Leah Dastor and I'm the owner of Al Studio, and I help business owners create their own videos, and I teach them all how to do this here on YouTube. So pay attention and we're going to go over those easy steps right now. Even though I'm using my Osmo to actually capture the footage from my studio for the studio tour, you can do the exact same thing with your iPhone. The reason why I love the Osmo though specifically is because I don't have to attach a gimbal to it to get that nice, steady, smooth action as I'm walking around. So the reason why you would want to actually create your own studio tour or business tour, wherever it is that you work, is because you want people who have never been in your place of business to feel comfortable with coming in and to have that level of trust because they've already visually seen it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I've got all my footage here, and on my phone, after you've got it all loaded, you can get right into the editing of it. The whole point of all this is to not take so much time overthinking it. And so we're going to jump right into Premiere Rush. So the reason why I like Premiere Rush is because it's really easy and it's a powerful video editor, and it has everything that you need. It has everything that you need, and it's comparable to some of the more professional editing platforms of Adobe Premiere. It's made by Adobe, and it's very comparable to Final Cut Pro as well. I'm going to add in the videos, which are just those two videos, and then I'm just going to go to Create. And it is just going to add the videos on side by side, and that's where I can figure out how I want to cut and slice them. What I'm going to do though, my plan of action is going to be to take my main footage where I'm talking, the very beginning where I was giving the intro right in front of my door with the logo behind me, and then I'm going to cut the B-roll in. All right, so here we are. I'm going to clip the very beginning, and so I'm stretching it out by just using my fingers and zooming out really so that I can stretch it out so I can see where I want to clip it. So right there, I'm going to take the scissors and cut, and then select what I want to be deleted, which is where it's orange right now. All right, so right when I talk about where the magic happens, that's where I want to go ahead and place this video on top of the other one. You see how I just dragged it right on top? So the audio is still playing from both, so I'm going to want to mute the audio for that, and I can actually just push that little button right there and then mute that top audio from that entire thing. And so let's see how it looks right now. All right, so I am here at the front door of the studio, and welcome to Al Studio. I'm gonna take you on a little tour of everything we have here at the Headshot Studio. So there's gonna be a few places we're gonna touch on, and of course, I'm gonna show you where the magic happens, which is our main film room. And then we are going to hit up the lobby. So I start talking about hit up the lobby right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut right there. And then I'm going to cut when we go into the lobby, which is right here. Then we are going to hit up the lobby, and then let's see what's after that, where you're gonna actually take a seat and go through all of your photos with our editor, the makeup room. So right when I say the makeup room, I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. And then, like I did for the lobby piece, we're gonna cut right into the makeup room. Okay, those little scissors, click that, delete it, and then scooch this guy right over by holding it and scooting it. And so let's listen to this again just to make sure we're right on what we're saying. We're gonna show them. Where you're gonna actually take a seat and go through all of your photos with our editor, the makeup room, in addition to the changing room. And I'll let you take a sneak peek in the back room. We also, and then when I say sneak peek in the back room, I'm going to go ahead and just cut to the back room. And it's literally just gonna be a little sneak peek because that back room needs to be clean, or at least organized. And it'll never be organized because we just have so much stuff back there. So I'll just quickly cut to it. I did say it was just a sneak peek, so. So in order to get it to stretch, you kind of have to hold it until the bars get skinny, and then you can make it smaller or shorter. And then in order to actually move it, you've got to hold it, select it, and then drag. And sometimes it can get a little bit difficult when you're when you feel like your fingers are just too fat. What I'll do sometimes if I'm having trouble doing this is I'll just go to this other view, and it makes it a little bit easier for me. If I'm still having problems with it, I'll just cut where I want it to be. So I'm just going to show that little bit right there, cut to like right there-ish, and then I'm going to delete all of that. All right, let's see how this looks so far. Oh, and I'm going to scoot this over. You take a sneak peek in the back room. We also call it the Bat Cave, but essentially it's where we can hang out as a team or have some overflow when we've got a lot of clients in here. So let's go and check all of this. So before I say let's go and check it out, I'm going to go ahead and close it since the entire time we were checking it out. So I'm going to now cut it right after I say my last line. And then I'm just going to cut that, delete it, and then we're done. So now we've got the entire video. It is done. And it was 53 seconds for the full video, which is good because that means you can still upload it onto Instagram and it's still within that 1 minute. What I am going to do is I'm gonna brighten the studio room because it's a little bit dark here. And so how I do that is I just go to color, and then under exposure, I can just bump it up a bit. And let's see how that looks. brighten it up just a little bit more because that's the way our studio normally looks in there. It's nice and bright. Looks good. And then we cut over to that room, the lobby, and so I'm going to brighten the lobby up just a bit as well. And I'm going to actually take the contrast down. And you know what? I'm going to do the same thing in the studio. I'm going to take the contrast down. And then once we get to, that looks really good. Okay, when we get to the actual makeup room, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Brighten it up a bit, take contrast down, and I'm going to actually warm it up because it's a little bit, it feels a little bit cool in there. It's just because it's got a lot of natural light. And this back room just looks like a hot mess. But that's okay. We'll just brighten it up a bit. And I mean, honestly, I think I picked like the worst possible scene where it's all the cluttered part of my studio or of the back room is that shot. You know, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to find a different scene, which just simply means let's see if we've got something else here. So I'm just scooting it back so that I can stretch it out this way, in case you're wondering what I'm doing right now. All right, so now I'm gonna start from this side, just do a nice little quick sweep, and then just stop it right there. It's a good place to stop it. And then I'm gonna cut, and then I'll delete that piece, just so it doesn't look as messy. And then I'm gonna scoot that back just a little bit. And technically, I probably should have wrapped it up a little bit different. Like, thanks for thanks for tuning in or something like that. But I didn't think of that when I filmed it. So just keep that in mind to have that ending piece in there as well. And then we are going to add in a little bit of some type of music. So I've got my audio. And you can actually do audio balancing and all that stuff right here. So I'm going to enhance speech, female. It usually helps. Oops, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm selecting the correct. There we go. I have to make sure that I selected the clip that has the audio on it, which is the bottom one. And then I didn't cut it at all, so I don't have to transfer it over to anything else. All right, so now we're going to also add in a song. So I hit that plus, and then I'm going to hit media. Something else you could have done is just done a voiceover. Like I could have just created all the B-roll if I didn't want my face to show up, which it's always important to let your face show up. But if I didn't want to, then I could have just done that and then done a voiceover. So let's go to audio and see what songs we've got. And so for this example, I'm just going to use what's currently here. So I'm going to use that one just because it's makes sense for what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to actually turn it down a bit because it's going to be too loud. And so under clip volume, we'll just take it down. See how easy that was? I just literally added the clip in. I will say we are going to need to cut it at the very end. So just go back, hit the scissors, take this guy, and then delete. And we're all done there. All right, and then if we want to go ahead and add in a title as well, where it says titles, you'll just hit the plus. I'm just gonna keep a basic one. They've got a lot of really cool titles if you just scroll through it. So I'll just use something like, I'm just gonna go to the beginning. You know what, I'll use them with a little line. Where it says modern title, I'll just put Alamo Studio. See if I can get that all on one line, which I can. I'll just need to make it a little bit smaller. And how I do that is by scrolling there, font size, and just literally taking it down. There we go. All right, so now it got smaller. Probably need to scoot this down a bit. shift it wherever you want it. We'll just put it right there at the bottom. All right, so now I'm going to just hit the export button here at the top, and all the quality settings, that's fine how it is. As you can see, it's a great face that it chose to select on, but we can change all of that stuff later. And then I'll just hit export right now. So as you can see, it was super easy to create. It didn't take much time. I could do it literally 10 minutes after I filmed the video from start to finish and have it ready to go for YouTube or to send out to somebody specifically, or just to put it on your social media. So it was easy, quick, and if you're looking for more videos similar to this to help you create your own videos to grow your business, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I'm going to be delivering weekly videos for you to learn how to do all of this plus more. Thanks for watching. All right, so I am here at the front door of the studio, and welcome to Alamon Studio. I'm gonna take you on a little tour of everything we have here at the Headshot Studio. So there's gonna be a few places we're gonna touch on, and of course, I'm gonna show you where the magic happens, which is our main film room. And then we are going to hit up the lobby. And then let's see what's after that. Where you're gonna actually take a seat and go through all of your photos with our editor, the makeup room, in addition to the changing room. And I'll let you take a sneak peek in the back room. We also call it the Bat Cave, but essentially it's where we can hang out as a team or have some overflow when we've got a lot of clients in here.